Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, by my count. There's a couple of things I want to do. Now, today's Vanquish is, I believe, Kinya Province, which I'm like 99.9% sure this character's already done. Yeah, okay, Kinya Province. I have confirmed that. Now, there is something that I do want to make sure I do on this character, which is this character has an excess of skill points, theoretically. And I want to turn one of them into a perfect salvage kit, so I'm going to do that. I used up my perfect salvage kit. There are other characters that may be slightly better choices for this. I don't know. This is what we're doing.
Well met.
Everything looking good over there. Put this wood and iron back. Put this perfect salvage kit back. Anyway, I'm just going to go quickly pop into Cantha just to confirm I have, in fact, done Kinya Province. Where's my volume? Seems a little loud. No, that's about there. Going to be a lot easier to check if I switch over to hard mode, isn't it? Yeah. Kinya Province, all the way over here. Already vanquished, as you can see. Zendai June is still not vanquished yet, etc. But none of that matters for today. So what we're going to do is bonus mission pack stuff is what we're going to start with anyway. Okay. Now that I have double checked that and got myself a perfect salvage kit, I'm going to hop back over to here. Now, if you were watching yesterday, which you may have done, that's a very reasonable thing to have done, you will know that I attempted to fend off the Char as Saul d'Alessio and utterly failed at the last moment. And it was yes, and it was sad.
In the name of their faith, they could do no
so
less.
I did do the Tri-Ost one, and that was cool. And I'm gonna do the other ones on this character, I think. Okay, I don't need to check his skills this time, though. Balm Bomb heals. Okay, yeah, so one of the things here that I completely forgot about. Let's not, well, let's not do that. Let's not die at the first spot. My thought was, okay, so there are a couple of items right at the start there that you can grab that are like traps, like ranger traps and stuff. And I was going to go grab one of those, which is why I was running off that way. And then apparently the Char came up a little bit more quickly than I thought they would. It worked very poorly. So let's not do it that way. Grab these explosives, though. Or damage nearby enemies. Yeah. Now, I need to be careful, again, as we established. It's very important I don't die. Like a fool who doesn't watch out for himself. But there's these barbed bombs here, which I can drop to cause conditions. I don't know why these are here. They're very awkward to make good use of. But they are here, so I acknowledge their existence. Get out of here, minions. The village is safe now, except for this one undead that's now dead. I could take... What do rations do? Ah, okay. Let's run around with the healing item, shall we? It's protective with Kali, sort of. Need to go on our stealth mission. Dun 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 dun. Music feels kind of loud to me, but I think it's probably fine for you. I want to wait for these stragglers to catch up. And slip around. It's a sneaking mission. Gonna need a sneak. Wait for them char to move out. Let's go. Yeah, I definitely want to avoid car patrols. They make this mission take longer, I think. Or it gets long enough at the end. One of the things that's annoying is I don't have access to my weapon sets, because normally that's how I drop items, is by pushing the weapon set, so I have to go all the way over here to where I hid the button. That's okay. We are almost there. Yeah, we need to go this way. With our special fallback variant. Slip around the char patrols. Double check our directions. This part doesn't take that long, really. We've been here 4 minutes. Certainly a lot faster when you're not stopping to read all of the dialogue as well. Because a lot of these char move on triggers, so you go to a location and it encourages them to move, shall we say. I'm gonna go around this direction this time. Shadow of Fear, you say? Let's use our Ward of Healing. Just on recharge. Seems reasonable. I'm just, you know, keeping my healing thing on hand for when I need it. My healing barrel that I'm holding. Not the healing ward. Obviously, I'm using that on recharge. Strength is balance. Interesting, interesting choice. Technically, if I dropped it, I could be wanding, but I'd rather have the heal for emergencies, so. $100 blades, eh? Our end is nigh. Do you say? Yep, they will decide whether we live or die. Quick little cutscene moment. Sorry, the barrel is really funny. Good old Mersat nipples. I wonder if the Mersat have male and female variants and why they have nipples. Like, biologically, nipples are for the producing of milk. Is there Mersat milk? Is there Mersat milk? Are all of these male Mersat? So many questions that really do not need answers, and yet they are provoked questions that I find myself asking. Is there Mersat milk? Excuse me. A little bit of a cough there for some reason. Okay, well, we got to this point. It's now 7 minutes later since the start of the mission. So that's not too bad. Start a little slow so you can get kind of used to it. Hey, RD9. Okay, cool. How have you been liking them? This is why I carried rations. Yeah, I like a lot of the skins that you can get from them, too. Hableon, stop being dead, Bleon. It's not your time yet. You'll die later. In Bloodstone Fen. Cool. I'm glad you're having fun with them. I had to pick the moment when he wasn't attacking. My castigation signet. Yeah, the Turai also one that's like as big as you. Yeah, I kind of figured you meant Turai's sword. Yeah, it is ludicrously huge. And you can just wander around with it if you want. I actually have it, I think, on this character's cost, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's like a free physical damage sword. It's just ridiculous, too. Okay, now's the part where I make sure I don't die to random firestorms. Okay, we're not going to get through these minions if we don't take out these guys. Get Spectragonied. And some of the special skills that they give you are really cool. I actually think that the Master Togo's Spirit one, we'll see it later. I'm planning on doing them that one here too. But I think that was actually the inspiration for Signet of Spirits, because Signet of Spirits originally did not do that. Originally, Signet of Spirits was the PvP version, which gains you energy when you... Oh man, that's so satisfying. That gains you energy if you're in earshot of a spirit. And they changed it to be basically Master Togo's special, like, Summon 3 Spirits skill from the bonus mission pack. I don't think your Healing Breeze is sufficient to overcome Spectral Agony here. Det Mortash. Excuse me. Okay. First wave. I think I've done it faster this time. I think Master Togo's version is better balanced than Signet of Spirits. I think Signet of Spirits is kind of OP But still a fun skill. And it's fun being able to use Giant Stomp for a change. So ridiculous. You get Spectral Agonied. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of these attacking char can be quite nasty. Hunter Beast. I want to focus on the Hunter Beasts here. Good old Spectral Agony. I'm probably going to get a Mersat shortbow on this character. For the one from this one. And I might grab this Tengu sword. I'll have to look at what the char options are for what I'll get from Gwen's thing. I don't remember what the skins all look like offhand. The sword is enormous. I have one actually on my male Necro. Wow, you can see how strong Spectral Agony is. I was just eating that that guy. Spectral Agony is just such a ridiculously fun skill to actually be able to make use of. Lazarus the Dire. I think he shows up in a quest in Eye of the North, actually. Screw that bone horror in particular. Actually, Spectral Agony is good to use against these guys in the back. So otherwise they kind of just sit there. But I have this Igneous Blade that I kind of want to take the mods out of. Because while it's a neat skin, I'm not actually the biggest fan of it. I prefer my swords a little bit more streamlined. I don't like the big hunks of iron type of sword aesthetic necessarily. It depends upon how it's kind of being used, I guess. Because it can be a lot of fun in like Dark Souls to wield a Zweihander or a Greatsword or something. Drop this. Bone Horror, you're going to be a source of energy. Thank you. But most of the time I actually prefer a slightly slimmer sword profile. So, because that's my Zealous sword right now, I want to make... My goodness, that's a lot of minions. I want to make a sword that is... You get Spectral Agony. Slimmer. So I think I'll go with the Tengu sword. That one is decidedly slimmer. There's Twang Sitpaws. No, Twang. Twang is my primary target. I like that they just sent in a bunch of bunny thumpers. Spectral agony. Just lots and lots of spectral agony. I got the 20% recharge on that cast, I think. Spectral agony, that one, and then that one can get knocked down, and then knocked down. Oh, or just be dead. That works too. Let's see. Does this bring us to the group that killed me last time? I find it interesting that these guys only respawn if you're alive. Yeah, they overall did a really good job with the bonus mission pack. Yeah, let's let the Mersat pull their weight here. Okay. Another Hunter Beasts. Again, I'm kind of letting the Mersat take tanking point here. Good, that guy was attacking, so I got my energy. I really do not like having Mark of Rodgord on me. It is distressing additional damage I really don't want to take. Okay, this is, I think, is where I died last time, so let's avoid that this time. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Mersat, do something. Good job, Mersat. You're doing something. Okay, that wave is really dangerous. They can do a ridiculous amount of damage. That's the last of them. Hooray! Last of them. Yeah, here come the White Mantle celebrating.
The Unseen Ones brought Saul a great victory. But their aid came at a price. The Unseen Ones killed all but their most devoted worshippers. And Saul learned to his horror that these new gods were neither good nor kind. The Unseen Ones took Saul with them to ensure his silence. He was never seen alive again, but the survivors spread the legend.
Ableon, Dorian, and
And
Thomas.
Saul D'Alessio would always be remembered as a champion of Kryta.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if in Guild Wars 2 they found Saul just hanging out somewhere.
His name is Saul. This is his tale.
Let's see. Under cover of night, Saul and his trusted followers stalked through the Char war camps. They were aware that the slightest miscalculation would awaken their foes, bringing the full fury of the Char down upon them. After reaching the Char main camp, they dispatched the Char leader and his lieutenants. Their success was short-lived, for their battle raised an alarm among the other Char. Bloodthirsty Char sought revenge. Saul knew this was the price for their bravery. For one last time, he knelt and led his followers in prayers to the Unseen Ones. This time, the Unseen Ones answered. They manifested among Saul's amazed followers, offering to protect him and his most devoted servants. The Unseen Ones would fight alongside Saul's people and help defeat the Char, but the aid of the gods would come at a price. Saul faithfully agreed. The Unseen Ones descended on the encampment, repelling wave after wave of invaders. The Char invasion failed that day, and the surviving Char fled back beyond the Shiver Peaks. The Unseen Ones had made a promise, and they demanded their due. Kryta was safe, and Saul's most devoted servants could continue to worship and serve the new gods. The rest of the witnesses would have to die, however, for they had seen the true power and glory of the Unseen Ones. As Saul watched his followers struck down, he realized his gods were neither good nor wise. The Unseen Ones had promised to protect him, but not in the way he had hoped. To keep him from telling others what he had seen, the Unseen Ones took Saul with them. As he faded from mortal view, Saul realized he had not saved his people. He had betrayed them to new, harsher masters. And he wept, knowing he, a traitor who had unwittingly deceived his own people, would forever be considered a hero of Kryta. Yep. There we go. Now I can go get this authorized with our good buddy Dermond the Historian, who founds the Dermond Priory. Fun fact. Your little Guild Wars 2 connection. This guy right here that you do the bonus mission pack with, founder of the Dermond Priory, I believe. So, that's fun.
Would you like to hear a story?
I'm ready to get my story authorized. Saul's story. Yay. Diane, give me a Mersat shortbow. Thank you. Okay. I want to go
Would you like to hear a story?
check out the other two. So please give me Master Togo's story and Togo's staff. This is channeling magic rather than smiting prayers. I don't need Saul's staff anymore.
His name is Master Togo. This is his tale.
The Humble Scholar. His name is Master Togo. This is his tale. On the surface, Togo appears a simple scholar, but his name is hallowed from the great chamber of Raisu Palace to the smallest shop in Senji's Corner. Cups of rice wine are raised in his honor. He is invoked as an exemplar to officials and a role model to children. Even the Tengu speak his name in praise. He is regarded as a savior of Kantha. His reputation is well earned, for Togo ended the Tengu Wars. Though Togo was more in his element, poring over scrolls and goods, such was not to be. His half-brother, Emperor Kisu of Kantha, requested that he journey with a delegation to Minister Wona's estate on a propitious matter. Strange choice of word there. For years, Kanthans had battled the avian Tengu, a proud, ruthless, and defiant race. As a young man, Togo himself had fought the Tengu, and knew them to be intractable foes. Yet in the face of this mounting conflict, a hope for peace appeared from a surprising quarter. Wona, the Emperor's Minister of War, had long fought the Tengu, so it surprised all that this great warlord contacted the enemy leaders and requested their presence at his estate for a summit. Wona smiled broadly when he heard of Togo's planned attendance. Indeed, the Emperor's half-brother would legitimize Wona's intentions in Tengu eyes, and the stars were clearly aligned for a historic occasion. On a snowbound day, Togo and the Imperial delegation arrived at the estate in hopes of building a bridge between man and Tengu. Little did he suspect that treachery awaited him in the house of Wona.
Little did he suspect that treachery awaited him in the house of Wona.
I just said that, but thank you, game. This is a very dramatic scene. This is such a ridiculous skill. Okay, so let's kind of cover the skills that I have available to me. Call to the Spirit Realm creates 3 level 7 spirits. This is the skill that I was saying Sign of Spirits was based off of. I've made 2 of 3 discoveries. And then you get Essence Strike, Spirit Burn, Spirit Rift, Mend Body and Soul, Offering of Spirit, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's alright. Disenchantment, another binding ritual. This is just the version kind of reserved for this, though. As you can see, it has a very long activation time and such. And then Dragon Empire Rage, which you unlock once Rage meter is full. And yeah, this deals 300 damage to all nearby enemies, and you get plus 200 max health for 15 seconds. It's a very nice Odang button. At Canthan Royal Guard, we have finally arrived at the house of War Minister Wona, Togo. Look at the view. I mean, they're right. Also, young Master Togo. For those who are wondering, we're all the friggin' way down here. This is where this takes place. Way south of everything else. That was an exhausting trek, was it not? Wona has quite the lofty estate. You truly believe Wona will be able to broker peace between Canthans and Tengu? It seems a heroic task, to say the least. I believe it is a task worth undertaking, and commend Wona on his good intentions. I sincerely hope the bad blood between Canthans and Tengu can be put aside this day. I'm gonna hide party window. I don't need it open right now. You can see Togo's staff. It'd be cool if they had gone back and always made it so that way he wielded this staff skin. I think he probably just gets a random staff skin elsewhere in the game when he's old Togo. But it'd be cool if he had always been given the staff skin. Togo, it is good you have arrived. Master Wona, along with the rest of the peace delegation, awaits you in the central chamber. Actually, I have some dudes here. Swift Honorclaw, Talon Silverwing, and Gol Hookbeak. Hello, Swift Honorclaw. The Yangchu recognize that peace is a better recourse for human and Tengu alike. Should this feud continue, the stench of death will hang heavy in the air. Human corpses will be stacked to the tops of the mountains and rival our losses. Do not be fooled. Peace will be on equal terms, or there will be no peace at all. Which outcome do you prefer? Tell me your view on the Tengu Wars. This war is the fault of your Emperor and his expansionist agenda. Master Minister Wona is here to talk. I see our final guest has arrived. Welcome to my mountain hideaway, Togo. Please, take a moment to introduce yourself to our esteemed Tengu guests. When you are ready to begin the talks, come speak to me. Okay, and his expansionist agenda. The fight was brought to us. If not for your farmers and their reeking crops and your diseases invading our homes, there would be no war. What honor is there in burning our hatchlings while they sleep, and slaughtering our childbearers? No, we will not yield. We will fight until the corpse of every last Canthan rots in the morning sun. Peace is the only hope for your species. These are the Sensali. Pray to the gods this meeting results in peace. Otherwise, the Sensali will erase any existence of your kind. You have brought death upon your kind, human. Keep talking. The longer we drag this out, the more men my brethren will gut with their bare claws. They think you are foolish to think you can be trusted. No matter, the Sensali will end this war in due time. Hey, Talon Silverwing. I'm Talon Silverwing of the Yangchu. We have come to see if you humans truly wish for peace. Honor is our code. If your intentions are true, perhaps we can put this fight behind us. Cross us, and we shall bury you. Understand me, human. We are a valiant race, and we are not to be trifled with. If you dare terrorize, deceive, or oppress us, we will fight you with every weapon we possess. If you truly have honor in your heart, you will negotiate with us as equals. Hello, Minister Wona. As Minister of War, I have learned there are times to raise your sword, and others when you must sheath it. Today, a new chapter will be written in Canthan history, one that reflects a sea change in human and Tengu relations. It is most fortunate the Emperor sent you as his representative, Togo. Your even temper and diplomatic skill will be pivotal in today's negotiations. When you are ready to begin the summit, please inform me and I shall commence the ceremony. What is your stance on the Tengu Wars? My stance? The Tengu are filthy animals not fit for a stew. They harass my vassals, set fire to my friends, and disrupt trade. They claim we are invading their sovereign territory as the empire continues to spread. Bah! As a younger man, I would have ordered the entire race exterminated. But alas, violence is not always the answer. I have learned the value of diplomacy in obtaining harmony and balance. In life, sacrifices must be made for the greater good to accomplish wealth and power. It is in Cantha's interest to deal with these savages through other means, which is why I've called this summit. It is my hope that we can reach common ground on my estate, free from the intrigues of the imperial court. I am ready to begin negotiations. Friends and honored guests, men in Tengu, I ask for your undivided attention, please. We have traveled a treacherous road to this fateful day. It is my hope that when we are finished here, this matter will finally be behind us. However, after long and careful deliberation, I have decided there can be no peace. For the good of Cantha, you must all die. Which is why I am summoning my spirits. Seal the doors, let none escape. Bring me Togo's corpse. I might have known this was coming. I might have played this before. Hi, Moist Midget. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Act 2, Betrayal. We've got some assassins that have dropped in for good measure. I think one of the things is to save everyone during this ambush. Recharge faster. Historical debate. Could Togo have kept all the Tengu leaders from falling to one as assassins? Yeah. That one's really difficult. Because this is not a very strong heal in this version. We have been betrayed this day, but not by Cantha or the Emperor. Minister Wona acts on his own accord for his own selfish gain. Humans are lying murderers. Since all have been betrayed for the last time. The Ancient see no reason to trust you either, human. You say you've been betrayed? Give weight to your words. Something as heavy as Minister Wona's head should suffice. They are pretty cool, aren't they, Moist Midget? I'm a man of my word. Remain here to ensure the minister does not flee the estate. I will pursue this wretch into the recesses of his godforsaken compound. Helen Silverwing will accompany you. He will ensure you keep your word. Know this, human. If you betray us, your entire race will bear the consequences. Ah, yes. Rage is full. I wonder if I could have used that earlier. Behold the power of my rage. Or something. Let's recharge on this. 30 seconds. Oh, whatever. Talon Silverwing will resurrect. He's tough like that. There you go. Hey! Hello again. Wait, or is this for the first time? I feel like sight. Yes, that's right. It's like, for some reason my brain was confused for a moment there. I was thinking, was it psych? And then I'm like, no, wait, it is sight. And I'm remembering that now. Welcome, sight. Good to see you again. I need to be more proactive about spirit rifting. Yeah. I was thinking I recognized your name, and then I confused myself for a moment. And then I'm like, wait, no, now I remember what it was, how it worked. Got there. That's a lot of effort. I had spirit backup. Very useful. God walking amongst mere mortals is no joke. What is it, like, how many titles do you have to, like, max in order to get it? It's some ridiculous number. Yeah. I understand. I haven't done it either. My closest is, like, 9 titles? Is that character up to 10? I don't know. It's a ways off, is my basic point. Yeah, 30. That's just a crazy number. I could really use a Weapon of Shadow right about now. Well, this works. What do you think are the ones that take the longest, Ardenine? Because I know you probably want to get... yeah, LDOA takes a very long time. I'm sure there's techniques to speed it up. Wow. I mean, congratulations getting that far, Moist Midget. Yeah, like tiering cartography, because you want to do that too, right? I mean, some of them can be really quick. They're just expensive. Like, if you want to get Drunkard, I should try to keep Talon alive, maybe. Like the Drunkard, Sweet Tooth, and Party Animal title tracks aren't hard. They're just very expensive. Is the real issue with them. Tyria has all of those ridiculous little nooks and crannies too for cartography. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I like Assassin better than Ritualist personally, but obviously that's a your mileage may vary type of thing. Yuri the Hand. What a name. Name, Yuri Kumanashi, a.k.a. Yuri the Hand. Age 31. Profession, Minister 1 as personal assassin. Credo, move like the wind, strike like thunder. Point. Good old point emote. Greetings, Togo. I am Yuri the Hand, the Minister of War's instrument. I shall make this quick. William, will you please come down here? Do you not know how to come down here? Do you not understand what the meaning of the words come down here is? I want you in range of my spirits so they can kill you quicker. Well, get disenchantment going. I need that. Mesmer's fun. Yeah. Tier cartography is just absolutely bonkers. You have to do all sorts of random crap with missions and... Yeah, this is a different version of Spirit Rift. Your prediction was correct, Yuri. You made this a quick fight. You amuse me, featherless one. Well said. I do like how they stylize each one of these a bit differently. Name Ryo Yamaguchi, aka Master Ryo, age 63, profession elite guard trainer, credo live by honor, die with dignity. I am Master Ryo. The name may sound familiar, Togo. The Emperor is a good friend of mine. It is with deep regret that I must fight you. To shirk my responsibilities would dishonor my family and disgrace my students. The Minister of War has ordered your death. There's a reason why they gave you disenchantment, that's for sure. You have fought with honor, Master Ryo. You shall have a hero's burial. You're starting to behave like a Tengu, Togo. Keep this up and I may take your ramblings seriously. Dun dun dun, the next phase. Name Sunpu Sade Maka. Captain Sunpu. Age 27, Elite Guard, Mercies for the Weak, Elite Guard Captain. Wona Yurigi. War Minister Wona. Age 44, Canthan Minister of War. I am the Fist of the Empire. They've done a fun job with, like, doing all these profile things. And they definitely gave this a specific flair and aesthetic, and I enjoyed that. Kinda need to use rage there. Captain Sunpu, these two should give you little trouble. Deal with them. My pleasure, Minister. Unfortunately for her, we're all level 20, so we're fine. What's up, Talon? Why all of this, Wona? Peace was in our grasp. I am the Minister of War, Togo. When Cantha fights, my coffers overflow. I have no use for peace, especially with inhuman savages. Blaming your death on the Tengu would drive the Emperor mad with grief. He will declare complete and utter retribution. Cantha's riches will be at my disposal, and the Tengu lands shall be mine once I have removed them from it. Eri will make a lovely summer retreat. Do you not think so? Talon, have you heard enough? I believe you know by now who is behind this madness. Let us finish this. Perhaps the minister will talk less with his head in a satchel. Hey, Mr. Wona. Rage! Ooh, Talon. Let me heal you from that, buddy. There we go.
It is said that battle breeds brothers. And so the struggle against Wona's assassins unified the two races. The Tengu saw the valor in Togo's heart. And while not all of them listened to his counsel, enough trusted Master Togo to be their champion, to end the war between
I like that shrug.
Man and Tengu, and bring peace at last to Cantha.
That's a good shrug from Talon Silverwing. What are those things it was saying at the end there? Quest reward accepted. You received 500 gold. And the things I didn't cover.
His name is Master Togo. This is his tale.
Wona's open-handed invitation cloaked deceit, for hatred still burned in the minister's heart. Once he assembled the delegates in his sanctum, he barred the doors and unleashed his assassins. His plan? Slay the Tengu leaders as a first strike, and fabricate a tale of betrayal, thus escalating the Tengu wars to the point of no return. To Wona, the arrival of Master Togo was fortuitous. He would blame the death of the Emperor's half-brother and trusted advisor on the Tengu, thus ensuring Emperor Kisu's full support. Wona would then sweep the Tengu into the sea. Togo was more than a mere scholar, however. He was a soldier in his youth and well-trained in the martial arts. He rallied both Tengu and human delegates. Together, they repelled the treacherous assault. Wona fled deeper into his estate, with Togo and Talon Silverwing in pursuit. Togo faced 3 of Wona's minions, defeating each in turn, before at last cutting down Wona and ending his menacing reign. In fighting Wona, Togo proved to the Tengu he was a just and honest man. While the Sensali Tengu left the summit in distrust and retreated to their raiding ways, the more civilized Angchu seized the opportunity for a real truce. Master Togo brought the Tengu's complaints to the Emperor and hammered home a lasting peace. For his efforts, Togo is venerated as a hero of the Tengu and a true man of the people to Canthans as well. I like the artwork that they've done for this one. Like these red, black, and white drawings are really pretty and really evocative of a certain style and aesthetic. Yeah, like you can see the shadow here of Tengu and Togo, or Talon Silverwing and Togo over the legs there, and this is a strong aesthetic style. These would make sweet wallpapers. I don't know if they released the loading screens, I think, as wallpapers, but I don't know that they ever released any of those as wallpapers. They'd make really good ones, though. It's just very strongly stylized. Dormand.
Would you like to hear a story?
I'm ready to get my story authorized. Authorize my copy of Togo's story. That's you, Ekemi. I want this Tengu sword because it's pretty sweet. Excellent. Okay.
Hear my tale.
Please give me Gwen's story. He doesn't get a weapon.
Her name is Gwen. This is her story.
The flute. On book. The Flight North. Her name is Gwen. This is her story. She was 10 years old when the Searing struck Ascalon. Gwen lost her family, her home, and her childhood in a matter of hours as the sky-summoned fury of the Char shamans shattered the world around her. Thousands of Ascalonians died that day, and thousands more fled before the Char invasion. Gwen wandered alone in the wreckage of a nation, searching desperately for the hand of a friend. Instead, she found the Char. More to the point, they found her. The Char did not kill young humans, they enslaved them. For 7 long years, Gwen toiled under the constant lash of her taskmasters. As fellow prisoners broke under the strain or were slaughtered out of hand, the embers of fear in her soul sparked into a blaze of hatred. When she finally saw her chance, Gwen fled into the wilderness, vowing never to be enslaved again. She did not make it far. The Char recaptured her easily. They judged her useless to them. She should have been slain on the spot, but her captors decided she could serve them at least one more time as entertainment. The Char built arenas within their military camps dedicated to the glory of the legions. Inside these cruel stadiums, they set unarmed humans against wild creatures, reveling in the blood sport and applauding as the beasts disemboweled helpless humans. Now it is her turn. She's just another prisoner in a holding pen, awaiting a brutal death for mere amusement. She prays for the strength to endure her ordeal, and she prays for the chance to strike back. Okay, I can't have my shield equipped either. You have to be unarmed to do this.
And she prays for the chance to strike back.
Let's see. Where did they put us? Traveling to the flight north. It's a good screen. Gwen versus Siege Devourer. Okay, yeah. We're way down here. It's kind of cool. Finally awake, girl. Duke Gabin. So if you remember, this guy was in priest during Aslan. Trust me, the nightmare of this world is far worse than you could dream in your fitful sleep. Today, the Char plan to feed us to a siege devourer simply for their amusement. But those vile beasts don't realize the extent of my vast knowledge of these lands. At one point, they were part of my estates. I know of a series of tunnels that leads into some old ruins nearby. Beyond that lies freedom. I need only find a way past that infernal creature to once again breathe air as a free man. You there, pretty boy. Come, show us if you fight even half as well as you dress. Look at that leaning pillar. I think I can knock it over with a rock. My freedom is at hand. If you escape in the confusion, do so. Farewell. So you have flee, which is a run speed buff, or stance. Throw a rock. If you have a rock, you can throw it. Hide. Yeah, it helps. What? Over already? Worthless. Such a pity for a man to die as uselessly as he lived. At least he could have entertained us. Perhaps you will provide better sport, little mouse. We can fight this guy somewhere. I forget where. He always did like to scurry so. Tell me, though. Where shall you go now that there's nowhere left to run? No need to answer with words. Your tears will suffice. And then, feign death. Duke Gabin utterly failed to deal with the Devourer here. But we can throw rocks at this fractured pillar, as suggested. I can't fight this thing. I have to hide. That pillar's cracked. I wonder. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it didn't hit me again, because it did a lot of damage with that hit. Unfortunately, I think using this skill will cancel the regen. Ow. There we go. That's the last one I needed. That's good. Impossible! Kill her before she escapes! Good old Gwen form. Navigate the underground ruins and find an exit. That'll keep the Char off my back. Oh, hi, Ghost. Hello? Someone there? Oh my, you're still alive. Must close the gate. I knew the warmth of life once, but then the Char came. Now, that is, I think you'll find you are trapped here with us. Great sorrow encompasses this place, holding us all within its cold embrace. Can't move on, can't go home, must relive the sorrow forever. I think she fled into the ruins, foolish mouse. None who enter that place ever return. Post guards at the exits in case she attempts to be the first. We must not fall. Only we know what the Char have planned. If we don't stop them, I will fight until the last. The Char cannot steer our lands if my flame burns them first. Valise may no longer be with us, but no matter how many Char we face, remember, we are not outnumbered. All of Ascalon stands with us this day. We shall not fail. We fight for the lives of our countrymen. We fight for their future. So we're going to have a lot of ghosts popping up. And we get these research journals. I encountered my first Char today, and my hopes of slowing their assault were quickly dashed. If not for a spell I devised on the spot, I would not have survived this brutal attack. As a horde bore down on me, I manipulated the ether to imbue myself with the vigor of my youth. Thus, for a short time, I moved with the sure-footed speed of a child. However, illusions seldom last, and the body must eventually pay for the follies of the mind. After my narrow escape, I suffered much physical strain, and yet better that than the unthinkable alternatives. Little illusion of haste. Useful skill. Not as good as Flee, but useful skill nonetheless. I think I need to go this way. Flee is better, because it doesn't require activation time. But it doesn't have as quick of a recharge, so... Char strike at us from the shadows amidst the chaos. Curse it all, I need light to aim my arrows. See, I think there's another research journal back here. We must fall back to a more defensible position. The Char moved through the land with the speed and primal fury of a wildfire. Gwen asks, what have these Char done to these poor souls? I must help them move on. I've begun to realize that simple defenses are not enough to slow this onslaught, so I have devised a new spell. It is actually a relatively simple matter to use the ether to alter the perception of an enemy, especially one so primitive as the Char. In their minds they believe themselves fatigued, atrophied even, thus slowing the relentless assault. I only hope it is enough. She's learning to be a mesmer here. So we get an old version of Shared Burden. Gives you an opportunity to use it. Slow the Nightmare Char. We're not going to make it. We've got to find some way to slow them down. Maybe I missed the whole section with the torch. It doesn't really matter. We made it. Now we can regroup and figure out what our next step is. We must live through this. Reports of Char attacks arrive daily, so I have begun researching ways to protect us from these beasts. By focusing the ether around my body, I can create a barrier. It is almost as though the air itself hardens, stopping arrows and deflecting blades. I need more time to perfect the spell, though. It requires an immense amount of concentration to maintain, and lapses in focus allow attacks to slip through. A bigger drawback is the energy loss from exertion. Perhaps I can find some way to compensate for this. So we get a version of Distortion, based on an older version that's better and more powerful. We're trapped! That support didn't look stable. The gods favor us this day. The beasts have fallen. The Char have come for us. All I can do is try to save my research in the hope that someone can use it to forge a better future for mankind. It was this overwhelming desire to stem the tide that inspired my last spell. I found a way to use the ether to directly inhibit a foe's mind. The weave is complex, but when properly crafted, the spell slows a foe's actions. It is as if he is moving through molasses. If only this could slow the wave of inevitability about to wash over us, perhaps some might escape. For 17 seconds, target foe moves, attacks, and casts spells 20% slower. I mean, it's like a shared burden. This is a shared burden that just makes them move slower, though. This slows everything. I think I need to... Maybe I need to do this torch portion as well. I don't remember how this works. Or maybe I leave this way? I don't know that I have to do all of the portions. Not even sure I need to find all the research. Okay, yeah, it looks like there's a barrier here until you do all of these segments. Let's go ahead and do the last one as well. That's where I need to go, though. Over that way. I don't like this as a move speed buff because it really does require you to stop every 10 seconds to reapply it, and it's really annoying. Okay, so the thing that I haven't done is complete this in under 10 minutes. I could probably do it faster if I was remembering how it all worked, but I am admittedly a little rusty. I'm going to go ahead and let the cripple affect me for the moment, because this is going to cripple me. And then I apply this to remove the cripple. I'm going to walk into this next one. There's some way that I could go through these that would be a better order. I can drop this now. I think I need to go back down this way to trigger them again. And then they can actually attack the Char. I forget how this works. Balthazar blesses us with his fire. May his hand guide my arrows. Push the Char back. Yeah, that frees them. Or should have them freed now. I don't 100% remember what order they want you to be doing things in, but... it'd be interesting to think about how to optimize this. If you get really good at it, you could definitely fill up your heroes with the Char weapons that you get from doing this. Not to be infused with the ones that you can craft for your CERN Vanguard association. Maybe it would be wise to grab a rock, but I've not really needed one before. Now that we've done that, I feel as if I have awoken from a dream. How long were we trapped here, reliving our past? I could not tell you, Scarlots, Asgand, or Kendon. Time matters not. This girl has freed us. That alone tells me that our people yet live. She looks 17. I don't know. The Char took our lives, but we did not lose the battle. Not so long as the people of Ascalon still fight. Go, little one. Leave the past behind. Greater battles lie ahead. Oh my gods. Look at all those Char. Lista, help me avoid them. Reach the foothills of the distant mountains and be wary of Char patrols. Indeed. Let's not get siege devoured. Where am I trying to get to? Somewhere this direction, I think. Yeah, up here. Chance Redding, Captain Valefield. You know, all these people. Anton, Brave, Brent, Paltroon. Goal is to get up here to the Ebon Vanguard. I don't know if I've ever entered the camp from this side, though.
Gwen found her refuge at last. She came upon a camp of humans fighting against the Char.
It was not long before the events of Eye of the North.
Though first suspicious, they admitted her into their ranks. Now Gwen serves as one of the Ebon Vanguard. Her wounds have healed, but anger still blazes in her heart.
Yep. Let's go read those last pages of her book. This shield back up here.
Her name is Gwen. This is her story.
Gwen defeated the Char's pet monster through guile and good aim, and escaped into a maze of tunnels beneath northern Ascalon. In those ruins, she found more evidence of the Char's handiwork, the entombed remains of years of their death matches. In the depths of this abattoir, she also discovered power in the form of mesmer spells within the journals of a long-dead researcher. Stronger for her ordeal, but still alone in the heart of Char territory, Gwen set her sights on the distant mountains and the promised freedom they offered from the pursuing warbands. She knew that if she were caught again, her death would be slow and painful. She would not be given the luxury of a merciful execution. Gwen's prayers were answered when she stumbled upon a group of free humans, a squad of Ascalonian soldiers operating deep behind enemy lines. They called themselves the Ebon Vanguard, and their leader was Captain Langmar, a seasoned veteran. Gwen joined the Ebon Vanguard and served them well. Years of forced labor and punishments turned this innocent girl into a ruthless woman, her hands guided by rage and a deep fear of her captors. Over time, she learned to cope with her emotions. She learned when to strike and when to hold back. In her short life, Gwen has known hatred as well as mercy, and knows when to choose between the two. She's become a champion of Ascalon. So yeah. I guess Gwen's in her early 20s? Early to mid-20s, by her wedding. I think how that works time-wise. Anyway, I don't need Togo's staff. Drummond!
Hear my tale.
I'm ready to get my story authorized. Authorize my copy of Gwen's story. Thank you. Now I can take it to Tumas, the scribe. Okay. What would actually be useful here for this character? That's a good question. Maybe I want to charm all? Okay, so I've got a variety of bows. I have what I need for axes. I've got a... This is a solid vampiric hammer. Ah, but this is not a solid furious hammer. This is. That's utterly redundant. So I have a furious and a vampiric. I don't really have a need for any other type of hammer. I guess I could get a Char sword to make furious. I should have a furious... Because I don't think I have a furious sword, right? I have zealous... Oh, I don't have vampiric either. Okay. Because I wanted to make this a zealous sword, and I think I probably will. But then I want to make... Because this one's just sundering. Which I don't care for. So yeah, I might just get a char sword here. Our daggers are a reasonable skin as well. Okay. Then I can make that a furious sword. Should help expand her repertoire of things. Speaking of repertoires, I need to go visit my bank and adjust things. Well, okay, so what I want to do now that I've done those is I want to finish filling out my Nightfall book. So I'm going to update the stream title so people know that's what I'm up to. I am going to want to... I got a Forgotten Shortbow, which is a reasonable weapon, but I also want a Zealous Shortbow. I have a lot of opportunities for getting bows. So I'm going to want to make this one Zealous at some point. This right here is... got a Furious mod in it. What does skin look like, though? That's not the biggest fan. The Tengu sword is fairly long, but I quite like it. And the Char sword is quite the meaty instrument, as you can see. So let's take... Do I care about this brain over bronze? If I get to keep it, it's useful, but it's not critical, so... Okay, I do get to keep it. I want this for Thunderfist's stuff. Let's make this Char Sword Furious. I do want the enchanting mod off of this one, so I'm going to just... Okay. Well. Swap those then. I'm going to pull the Zealous off with that, and then grab the enchanting pommel. Okay, now this Tengu sword can be... Wait, I want it... I've got too many... Dance with Deaths, and not enough things that would be useful. I generally don't want Brawn over Brains, but Dance with Death is super awkward for... Why do I have so many vampiric hammers? So... A lot of the time, I'm not going to be using a stance. I'm going to be using a skill. Never Rampage alone is not a stance. So that means that the increased damage while in a stance mod is just not very useful on this character. Neither is Guided by Fate, for that matter. So I'll just keep my eyes out for 14 or 15 over 50 type mods to give this character. I'll keep this, though, for Thunderfist's Brass Knuckles, because that one's good. I might pull this defense mod off of this sword, though. Put onto my Tengu sword. This is one that I feel like I should probably just try to sell off. I don't have much... need for... Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Igneous Blade skin, so... That's just a personal preference thing. It's a... I don't know. Not my favorite. It's alright. Maybe I'll give it to a different character. We'll see. Okay, let's put this platinum away. Let's tighten this up a little bit, and let's go... And I have a bunch of stuff I need to get rid of. Well, let's not worry about that too much right now. Let's see. I need to get to Pogahn's Passage if I'm going to do it. So weird that I have this, but not that one. Let's just go to Yolon Haven. Yolon Haven's probably the best place for me to leave from. Because I'm running places, I do want General Morgan in his running type beat up mode. Yeah, that's fine. Normally I do like a challenge type thing. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I just want to get to my destination, so I need to figure out what I'm doing with Raza. I'll bring Gwen with me, why not? Yes, you can keep doing that. And you can keep doing this. Cool. I'm going to address Sasuke in a moment. That's an interesting bar. High power flux. Because it has sensing at recharge, I guess? This is probably chosen from a... I'm going to go for power block instead. This is probably chosen from a codex, my guess. No, you don't need to worry about earth magic. Just give me as much fire as you can muster. And just, I don't know, give me some sort of... Here, you know what sort of fire elementalist builds do I have lying around? No, that's not a fire elementalist. I mean, technically that is a fire elementalist bar, but maybe not what I'm looking for. And this is adequate. I'll give you this. You don't need these healing prayers, and you don't need this much energy storage. You need more fire magic. Mindburn is probably not a good choice of elite for him right now, though, so I'm going to just switch him over to Savannah Heat. Yeah, that'll do. Do I want to be using my Furious Sword? I feel like I want to be using my Zealous Sword that I just putting together. Again, I need scripts for them, but that'll come. So the thing for me that would be really nice would be either a like weapon mods crafter or a weapons mod trader. If there's some way to either craft weapon mods or to trade them, that would be great. But as it is, that's not a thing that's in the game, and therefore it's quite annoying that it is not. I do need to go into the Eye of the North and do stuff there, but right now, priority is doing these. What is today's Zaishen mission anyway? Zaganir Bastion. I think I did that one. I was just checking because if it was going to be one of the missions I was going to do today, I would grab it. But Zaganir Bastion I've already done, so never mind that business. Wandering Priest. I will talk to you for no particular reason other than you're here. Let's take down some tusked howlers. Okay. Well, that took down the tusked howlers. And it is the hard-headed. I bet I could go capture Headbutt from that guy. I'm never going to use it on this character, because why? It would be so weak. It's too many conditions. Moment of panic, then the moment of realization as I came to the conclusion that that was not, in fact, in a opponent's... Open up my pet panel. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not an opponent's Savannah Heat, because I'm not used to using it, so when I see Savannah Heat, I'm like, oh boy, I need to get out of here. Rather than like, ah, yes. Perfect. This does apply a buff to my pet that makes them steal health, so that's part of why I'm using it. For anybody who may be wondering or is not familiar with what that skill does. It is a healing skill that also makes your animal companions deal health, which makes them deal more damage. Very useful. I do have some Zaishen missions floating around it already anyway. Thank you. Several in Cantha. Again, my Savannah Heat, not used to that. Slightly weirded out. I obviously needed to bring more enchantment removal. Okay, so I guess what my general plans are at this point are to complete these missions I haven't done. Try to get some levels on these heroes as well while we're at it. Oh, that was a lucky hit with my Barber Slice. And then go capture elite skills. I think that'll probably be the general shape of today. My guess. Yeah, give me that blue water wand I have no use for. It'll be excellent. Actually, what I'm looking forward to doing is salvaging the Granite Hammer. Yeah, stop picking on my poor level 11 Acolyte Sasuke and his no health. He deserves better than that. Here, Sasuke, have some armor. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. At that level, his armor, because hero armor automatically scales with level in terms of its effectiveness. So his armor is not going to be max yet either. He's a real fragile little friend. He'll be okay. Somewhere around here, I believe there is... Man, my brain cannot get over... Like, Savannah Heat to me is just a skill enemies use, not a skill I use. So it's just... It's really throwing me for a massive loop to have it on my team. Because I see it and my instinct is gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. And so the fact that it's not actually the enemies is just really throwing me a lot. Which is a bit silly in some regards, but here we are. I need to continue on over this way. Bunch of additional damage from the pet. Stealing life from things, and also helps add durability, which is nice. Are you... Nope, never did. I don't know if you had it or not, but... Ooh, Corn Pendant. Don't mind if I do. Gotta love them aftershocks. I mean, it's not mandatory or anything, but... Good old aftershock. Is there a pet attack that inflicts bleeding? I'm pretty sure there is. That's not the skill button. Knockdown foes are dazed. That knocks down spellcasting foe. Cripple. Melanders hits AoE is real good. That makes poison happen. Wait. No, I just go over this way. I'm distracted by trying to read my skills. Ooh, that makes the pet heal me, which is kind of cool. Scavengers is good. I feel like there was one that, like... Yeah, here it is. Your animal companion attempts a feral lunge that deals plus 29 damage. If it hits a foe who is attacking, that foe suffers from bleeding. That's not terrible. A lot of the pet attacks actually have really good plus damage. It's just doing stuff with pets is somewhat awkward sometimes. Okay, here's Pogahn's Passage. Acolyte Sasuke leveled up. That means more energy storage, which will be very useful. Granite Hammer. Hey, what do you know, Granite? Mandragora Roots. I'm just gonna ID some stuff here. Find me. Is this chakram anything? Live for today. No, thank you. It's Corn and Pendant, some good iron though. Where is the bank? Over there. Finding a zealous bowstring is going to be a pain in the rear end, isn't it? I could potentially try to go buy one in Commandant, but I don't know how reliable that is to find somebody selling weapon mods. I may look in that at some point, but not imminently. Okay. Well, I can go do this mission now. I think I might... that one's good to have. I think I might drop that. Try... yeah, you know what? No, never mind. I might want to try a different skill, but I think I'm going to mostly leave stuff as it is. Ooh, Throw Dirt could be fun. That could be a reasonable addition. I don't think I'm going to, but it could be a reasonable addition. Just leave Antidote Signet here. Okay, let's just not worry about loot and things. What? We are ready to infiltrate Gandhara. We are ready. Let's deposit my gold. You Pogahn Passage. Should be fine. Taking a level 12 into this mission. Should be perfectly fine. Very reasonable. Ordinarily, you have to do a whole quest to get the gear or whatever, but whatever. All you actually have to do to get in here is have Margaret the Sly in your party, and it's just a matter of either beating the game or choosing her instead of Master of Whispers. I chose Master of Whispers, though. Everybody knows Necromancers are super important. Let's go talk to this guy. Hi, buddy. I'll take those Sun Spears with me. I need to rescue them. I mean, take them to prison. Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely meant take them to prison and not rescue them. That's definitely how this is going to go. I think I'm probably going to skip cutscenes. I just want to get through these. Shields up does not help unless this thing is a ranged attacker. Okay, it is a ranged attacker, so it can help. See, this is your fault for allying with somebody who summons demons. Maybe you shouldn't do that. That's kind of fun. Okay, probably enough playing with eyebrows. Man, the Rainbow Phoenix is enormous. I like this Tengu sword. It looks like it's a long sword. You could easily two-hand it. Okay. Continue onward. First part of this mission is really straightforward, actually. You just go talk to some NPCs, and you get masters, and then... yeah, that's it. You go talk to some NPCs and you get masters. Yeah, okay, bye. I took over your guard duty. I told you to leave and then I left. I'm the best at guard duty. By which I mean I'm awful at it. Hey, we were fully authorized. We have the password. Here's the password. Thank you for opening the door. I'm gonna go now. Charge. It is not a crystalline sword. It is the crystalline sword skin, RD9, on F1. This is the Decade Sword Distant Horizon from the, what do they call them? The tribute event that occurs to celebrate the release of Guild Wars 2, I think. But it is that the same skin as the crystalline longsword. But it's just a random sundering sword. And by random, I mean a very specific sundering sword. They did some cool stuff for those weapons. Like the daggers have are 2 fiery gladiuses, which is really fun. The axes look like you're dual wielding axes. There's some other ones too. I have a bunch of them on various characters. Several of them look like several of the caster ones are like sword skins that are. Get over here, corner no presser. Why are you running away like that? But yeah, several of the caster ones look like melee weapons and things like that. I forget what the bow is. But yeah, you can look them up on the wiki. But yeah, so this one is the crystalline sword skin. So I don't think I've ever gotten any crystalline sword that's worth using. There's of course the long sword from the quest and priestring that most people know about as well, but the elementalist one is really cool. It's a wand that uses a sword skin. But it's sort of the dual sword, like the one that has like a blue flame along the one side and a red flame along the other. So it's this really, really cool wand. Before I run down there, I should... Let's see, you're supposed to have more earth magic, and you're supposed to probably have more marksmanship. I don't remember what those builds are supposed to look like. Our Savannah Heat. Remember, brain, our Savannah Heat. It's safe. It's so weird to me. Yeah, I'll probably be doing the event again whenever it next comes up. Because they're fun to do. I don't remember when they are, though. Ah, I felt another one of them aftershocks from good old Gorin, or Aftershocker. Good old guard Linko, who wandered from his post and now is back because we left it, and he's here. She noticed. Not a completely inept guard or anything. Okay, where's the... There you are. Nope. Targeting the colonel now. Good old English bastardizing French to get colonel into colonel. Now let's get this zealot hiding over here in this corner. Need to free Talcora from her, whatever we want to call that, captivity of a variety. Just aggro all these guards. I don't have to wait for them to get to me, 'cause that's annoying. Ooh, a Cornin Defender. The Strength Shield, which is less interesting to me than a Tactics Shield, technically speaking. Could have some useful mods in it, though. I do need to be careful up ahead. There will be an Elementalist boss. Elementalist bosses are always kind of terrifying. I need to worry about that in the Hidden City of Adashim mission as well, which is coming up. Thankfully, I do have Watch Yourselves, which will help. Acolyte Sasuke leveled up. I'm not going to try to apply that right now, though. Yeah, you can see the Elementalist boss over there, Captain Nebo. I do want to get this priest down, but after that, it's targeting Captain Nebo. Ooh, a watercrest staff. Sounds fancy. I think that's everybody. So let's get out of here. Did I need to talk to Cormier? Did I fail to talk to Cormier? Ah, for crying out loud. Okay, well, that's a facepalm. Let's enjoy my Decade Sword, I guess. This shield is a random pre-searing shield, by the way, that gives you 9 armor and plus 15 health. It's technically probably not as good as just a random tactics shield with no requirement, but it does, strictly speaking, provide me 1 more armor. This is the part where I must recover from my face plant. Oh, well, that corner defender is not worth anything to me. Vengeance is mine, not a mod I consider useful. Because I failed to sufficiently interact with Cormier and Shahai the Cunning, so now I have to run all the way back to go grab them. For some reason, I just assumed they were coming with me. But I've cleared the route, so it shouldn't take too long to run back and get them and then come back with them. But it's going to take longer than I wanted it to, which was not any time at all. So here we are. Bring some water. My window's over that way. That way. I was looking over towards it. Did we just run too fast for you? Is that what happened? We just up and left more quickly than you were expecting. Well, here we are. Here we are. Just need to make our way back to the dock now that we have our escapees with us. Glad nobody came to try to resecure them. That would have been inconvenient. I'm glad I decided to bring General Morgan as a fallback. Also, it's kind of silly. General Morgan at this point in time in the narrative would have been trying to defend the fortress and stuff, not assault it, but here we are. It's fun to break continuity. Like, I'll probably bring Gorin into the mission with Gorin, and it will be good times. By good times, I mean absolutely silly. I will add that Margaret the Sly using Ignite Arrows does synergize really well with Acolyte Sasuke using Mark of Rodgort. Since Mark of Rodgort, of course, will trigger off of Ignite Arrows fire damage. There we go. Good job, everyone. We managed to successfully escape. Which one do I want to do? I guess I might as well go into... Yeah, okay, let's just go into Hidden City of Adashim. Even if I don't do that one next. 'Cause I have 2 missions left, I believe. What's the right button to bring this up? Nightfalls. Yeah, I have... this is Jennur's Horde, and this is the Hidden City of Adashim. I forget what... Dasha Vestibule, maybe? But I can't do Dasha Vestibule until I go get the outpost. So I need to go get the outpost. It's just over there-ish. It's just in this general direction. I don't know. Are these plants going to leave us alone? Or am I going to need to fight them? Probably going to need to fight these plants. Let's see. Is it here? I think it's over here. It'll take us a moment to find it. Cripple. What if I... Okay, these guys, apparently their favorite condition is cripple. They're very aggressive about applying it. Excellent. Excellent. No more of those guys. Now, where is this hidden city of Adashim? I think it's around here somewhere. It might be more up this way, though. Yeah, here it is. The rocks fall away. I don't know how they put them back. The door's open. We can go in. That's how you get to Dasha Vestibule. If you did not choose Margaret the Sly initially. In which case, you would ordinarily not have opened up that zone, because this is a Margaret the Sly mission again. The requirements to do this mission are to have Margaret the Sly be part of your party. Hi, merchant. You're convenient. Yes, I'm sure I want to sell it. None of these are useful. Okay. Well, I guess I might as well continue with this party. I might change Sasuke around because Safani Heat keeps freaking me out. Fire Magic has so many spells. So many spells. He's not even getting Phoenix work properly. Okay. I don't know what this bar is supposed to be. I like Mark of Rodgort generally with what's going on here. With Margaret using that. Hey, Gorin. I'm probably going to change some of these bars around a little bit. So, I think what I'm going to do here is Phoenix is cute, but also not really all that important. I like a good old Rodgort's Invocation, and a Meteor Shower is fun. And I think I'm just going to give him Glyph of Energy. And not worry about things otherwise. How about Breath of Fire? That seems like a good option. Let's go with Breath of Fire. There we go. That's some sort of something. He's probably fine. Dunkoro. Probably fine. I mean, she's definitely more healing oriented. Maybe he wants another bar pusher. You know what? No, she doesn't. She doesn't need another bar pusher. A lot of dismiss condition, but that's not a bad thing. Yeah, let's kick Gwen. I'm gonna bring a Signet of Spirits. Price. This is not exactly what I had in mind. Actually, I probably just have a generic Signet of Spirits bar. Standard Signet of Spirits. That looks good. That looks like a standard Signet of Spirits bar. Although, maybe I want Essence Strike instead of Spirit Siphon. They're kind of interchangeable. This one will deal some damage. How to say which one's best. But I just wanted a little bit more bar pushing capability. Or bar pushing means being able to heal. If that wasn't clear. Yeah, I'm okay with him doing it. It's Aftershock Shenanigans. I think I'm going to change my build, though, rather than do a pet-oriented thing. I'm going to focus... Oh, I wasn't even using my pet stuff, whatever. I'm going to put my expertise hat on. I want to bring Broadhead Arrow. I still want to bring Save Yourselves, though, because I like having that available. But Broadhead Arrow seems to me to be a very useful skill in the situation that I'm about to enter into. Let me bring this short bow and this horn bow. Sit on the short bow for the moment. It's not a bad idea to make a silencing bow as well. I like the idea of a silencing and recurve at some point. Have all these candy weapons. I don't know why. They're just kind of cluttering up the place. This is good if I'm inflicting cracked armor. I don't think I am. That's not cracked armor. That's definitely not cracked armor. No cracked armor. Okay, not gonna worry about body shot then. Crossfire is reasonable. Do I want experts focus or maybe I want triple shot? Maybe I want a different triple shot. Maybe I want this triple shot. This triple shot's better. This triple shot's the Luxon version, and I don't have as much Luxon stuff, so it's not as good. I'm definitely not going to be really making use of the bleed here. I'm just going to grab Read the Winds and could use Flurry. Or I could use Frenzy. If I use Frenzy, I'm going to want a cancel stance. What should my cancel stance be? Dash is not a bad choice, but obviously that's also not a very functional choice. I can throw a couple points in Wilderness Survival and just slap on Natural Stride. That's a fine cancel stance. I don't need it to last super long. It's just to get me out of danger. Sure, let's be a Frenzy Broadhead Arrow Ranger or some weird nonsense. Lock of Adashim. I need to talk to you in particular. Boyer over here. Actually, we are here to loot, but not like the entire thing. Just a couple of very specific treasures that are necessary for the bonus. Also, welcome to Goran and welcome to Vabian Warrior. Hi. Frenzy is probably a terrible idea, but oh whatever. I've gone with it. Yeah, I know. Gorn must survive. Where are... Here they are. Okay, yeah. Cancel stancing, definitely a good idea. Cancel stancing, for those who may be unfamiliar with the concept of cancel stancing, this game has... stances are a mechanic in this game. They're a type of buff effect that you can apply to yourself. And you can only have one stance active at a time. So if you activate a new stance, your previous stance will end. So cancel stancing is the process of taking the stance you had, or is the process of saying, I do not want the stance that I currently have on anymore. I want to end it, and the way I'm going to end it is by applying a new stance. So Frenzy makes you attack 33% faster, but you also take double damage, which, needless to say, is a pretty massive downside. So it's usually a good policy to bring another stance that you can use to end Frenzy early, before its standard duration is up. This is the main use for cancel stancing. There are a few other cases. There's some assassin skills that having a cancel stance is useful for. There's one that having a cancel stance was useful for, and then they decided that was too powerful, so they disabled your other stances for a little bit. You can still use it to end the... You can still use a cancel stance to end a little early, but not as much as you could before. So yeah, that's the idea of a cancel stance, is it's a stance that you deliberately bring in order to end the duration of another previous stance that you had been making use of. I'm not sure how good triple shot is here, honestly. It probably is really good at building adrenaline, now that I think about it. Also, it feels like this recharge is taking a really long time. Yeah, I wonder if there's some sort of effect. Skills used by targets affected by eternal anger recharge slower. That explains it. There's also some degen happening. I do want to hit this Ruby Jin with... Yeah, I want to avoid frenzying at the moment. I really don't need the effects. Ooh. Oh, goodness, it burns. Okay, we've over-aggroed pretty badly. And it... Ruby Jin dodged. That's not good. Okay. A few incidental hits aren't a big problem. Also, I'm not in the stance anymore, so it's also not a huge problem. Okay, we've got just way too much aggro going on right now. My party might be able to survive, but it's not in a great spot. Okay. E-Surge was very unhelpful there. Your sacred duty is we shall return as you're able. Yeah, we've got a lot of burning going on. Part of the problem is the Roaring Ethers inflict a lot of damage and then resurrect themselves, which is really annoying. There we go. That'll help. Now we can go after these Eternal Guardians of Adoshin. Okay, you're not my Goran, you're random. Of course you're not my Goran. My Goran is actually doing something. Like a useful individual. Oh, good. Caught everybody else up. Not sure if that actually provides triple adrenaline or not when I hit it with triple shot. It might. This would be a good moment for a vampiric bow. I actually have a vampiric bow right there. Okay, let's pick some of this gold up. That was not the best showing for my party, but I'm going to give a moment for some energy pools to recover while I give Acolyte Sasuke more energy. 3 more energy, specifically. Okay, so I definitely want to make sure I'm taking out the Ruby of Adashim here. Let's grab this hornbow. Hornbows hit a bit harder than other bows because they have an inbuilt armor penetration, but their attack rate is the lowest of all bows, which obviously is a huge downside. Short bows and flat bows have the fastest attack speed. Short bows have the shortest range, but that's compensated for by having that high attack speed and pretty good accuracy. Bows are really weirdly complicated in this game. I kind of like it, personally, but there is a lot of subtlety between the different types of bows and what's going on. So, this side first? I think so. Yeah, because then this is the side with the sapphire guarded chest of Adashim. No, that's the one we're looking at. Okay, let's get this back up. I really don't want people wandering into them traps. But in general, I like short bows for combat. Please don't stand in those. Because of that a faster attack rate and good accuracy and stuff. You also get the same sort of attack rate with flat bows, but they have very poor accuracy, so if things move around a lot, you tend to miss. They do have a long range, though, which is nice. But like I said, hornbows have really good armor penetration, so they were traditionally used for ranger spiking, which was a PvP strategy that was quite popular. Just because of that additional damage that you'd get thanks to the properties. But you can see there the sort of some of the effects of some of that stuff. Where this has a longer flight path. So arrows can miss their target because they fire and then they don't have homing on them. So your character will automatically lead your target. But if your target, say, moves, then that leading doesn't really count for much. So what you end up finding is it's bows with less accuracy or longer flight times. It takes longer for interrupts to hit, and it's possible for things to kind of wander out of the way. This is Balthazar. Yeah, I surround you daily. You see me daily. Yet you do not notice me. Who am I? This sounds like Lissa? Or Dwayna. I mean, that one's so ambiguous. It could be Melandru. It could be... That one is a really ambiguous statement. So, it could be Dwayna because Dwayna represents air. Lissa represents, illusions and stuff. Yeah, you are Granth. Okay, this is Lissa. Oops, you'd actually click on Lissa. Melandru. So far, yeah, so this must be Abaddon. So that one must have been Dwayna because she is the goddess of air as well, so... it must have been her. Very random. Where there's the... So I essentially bring Broadhead Arrow into this mission as well, by the way, because there's a Searing Flames boss at the end, and Searing Flames is a potentially very deadly skill. We need to collect the treasures of Adashim for the masters. There's no reason to not grab it. How's my party holding up? decently at the moment. That's random and out of nowhere. But okay. This would also probably be going a little bit more smoothly if I wasn't bringing a level 14 Acolyte Sasuke with me, since he's technically a bit underpowered and low level and stuff, but eh. He's getting up there with his attributes because of the glyph. Useful glyph. Let's not walk forward into that. This Goron can die. This Goron cannot. It's very important that we keep this Goron alive. Goron, not Goron. This is not Legend of Zelda here. Alrighty. Now we just go wander over this way. And over here we have a couple of Sapphire Djinn. Okay. I'm going to kind of let my party draw them over to us. Here, I'll take this angle. I'm hesitant to... I basically didn't want to end up fighting them in the middle of the frost traps right here, because doing so is a really good way of getting your party wiped on you, especially getting this Goron killed, because if this Goron dies, it's mission over. And the frost traps, if you're fighting in them, deal a lot of damage, so it's just best not to. Recurve is actually the most accurate bow type. Yeah, Searing Flames does so much damage. There, that'll help. You can see that dodge. That's because my bow had a longer flight time, in part because Broadhead Arrow causes that, which made the arrow stray from its target and therefore miss. Obviously, you don't want that happening, and that's why I don't tend to like flat bows very much. Okay. You can get that. That's where you're supposed to be. I'm gonna give you one more point of expertise, I think. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Sasuke, I'm not quite sure. I wish I could see the experience levels for those allies, but I cannot. I think this one is going to be harder than the next mission. The next... Yeah. I don't know. The next mission has its challenges, but it doesn't have quite the same set of challenges. Making sure I'm keeping Read the Wind up, because it does a lot for my damage. It's plus 9 damage, so... I could drop a Broadhead Arrow on this enemy, but it just wouldn't do very much, so I don't see much of a reason to do so. Wake of Adashim. There we go. That took a little longer than it should have. I don't know. This one's 35, so I need the 6. What's over there? I think they make pairs going from the outside in. It's a very, very simple trial. As long as you know multiplication. Although if you don't know what it's doing, it might prove a bit trickier. Gonna go over here and talk to the ruby guarded chest of Adashim. The story for this mission is that Goran is here to go see his boss to figure out what to do next, and Margaret wants to loot the place. So the main story is go see the bosses, go see the princes to figure out what should happen next, to talk with them about the whole situation. The secondary quest is Margaret's like, this is the hidden place full of treasure! This is always kind of fun. In its own Indiana Jones type of way. Of course, she's more in it for the loot and the monies, but here we are. Why she wanted the diadem in the previous mission as well. It's good that they allowed you to be able to go back and get some of the hero choices and such. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would do so, but... It's kind of a cool looking bow. Forgotten horn bow. It's kind of an ivory bow skin, I think. Ivory bows is a type of horn bow. Back down the middle. And now we just need to go talk to this chest and make sure we do not run past it by accident like I did on a character. And just complete the mission without getting all 3 treasures, despite getting the key for all 3 treasures. And being very sad because you failed to get the bonus, despite having gotten the bonus objectives. So Cormab Burning Heart is the only one here that I'm really worried about. These guys do pull individually, though, so if I get close enough to that guy, I should be able to fight just him for the moment. We have to kill these Jinn bosses. Like I said, Cormab is the one that I'm worried about. Oh, you can actually see the princess over there. That's nice. Nice detail. Can I... Cormab is on the stairs. It's a weird thing to kind of say in the middle of things, but... Oh. Oh, that's fortuitous. I'm watching Cormab very intently. Okay. Let's keep the aggro on. Okay, we should be fine. Yeah. Okay, that went smoothly. Cool. That should finish that one. Now I have just one more quest I need to do, which is I need to do this quest now. Acolyte Sasuke, you have leveled up. Congratulations. You get more fire magic and more energy storage with that level. I got a couple of ethereal garments, and now I just need to do Jennur's Horde, which requires me to finish this particular quest that I've got. But I don't need to worry about elementalist bosses potentially one-shotting the team at the end of the mission. I've had that happen before, and it is very unpleasant. I can assure you. Goran, now that you're level 20, I'm kicking you out of the party because I need to bring Koss with me. Koss, what are you up to? This is acceptable. Yeah, that's fine. It's just being cancel stance. I could also just not worry about that and bring Expert's Dexterity. I think I like that plan. Expert's Dexterity is pretty sweet. Okay. I'm going to just bring Pin down. Sometimes it's really useful to be able to just toss out a cripple. I like this Crossfire because of the anti-blocking that it has on it. I should bring Savage Shot or I'll be very sad. Okay. T-Hark Orchard is the better place to go for this quest. I do want to explore the Nightfall Garden at some point in time, but I think I'm going to do that on a different character because I just want to finish the book and get it out of my inventory right now. Yeah. Oh, so I can talk to this guy to visit the non-Nightfallen version? Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. This is just such a different zone, and I, like, never explore this. You don't really have to for this quest. You just fight this group of Shadow Warriors right here, and then you're, like, 90% done. I guess the Shadow Monk might be a bit of a priority. That's our Meteor Shower, pretty sure. Shadow Elemental with Mind Blast. Yeah, and we talked to this hedge wizard. But there's, like, all sorts of stuff everywhere. Like, this is an entire zone. And you just don't get to really explore it once you finish the quest. And, I mean, I'm just going to finish the quest because if you don't finish the quest, you can't do the mission. So, obviously, I want to be able to do that. So, here we are. Salvaging ethereal garments and Vabian shortbows. Goodies. Ethereal garments do not sound very effective as garments. Okay, Master Gardener, Cobal, give me my Lightbringer points. Let's see, is there any major changes that I want to make to my party before I wander in here? I don't feel like there are. I feel like I'm okay with it. Koss is very tanky because he's using Soldier's Stance, which I like. Let's go. And get this Jennur's Horde taken care of. Okay, Hanon. Poop out one of these glowy light things, please. Thank you. Need a glowy light thing. Okay, so that's where we had the banquet with the princes, for anyone who may not recall. But as you can see, this place is all distorted and wrecked, and, like, things are sideways. And this is where Lumo the Mime was fought right over there. And the architecture here is a bit different now because of the state of everything. Pop goes the Harbinger. Spirit of Subraheen makes a glowy light. It's the light of Subraheen. Pop goes the Harbinger, and let's take care of some Marganites. No, I don't really want you to do Aegis-ing things. It's very annoying when you do. I see you over there, Marganite Bow Master. I don't think I don't. Okay, I need another Light of Sabraheen. I also need to keep an eye out to make sure that random groups of Marganites don't go and kill my dudes that make Lights of Sabraheen. I'm gonna kill this group. This group of Marganites can die. I don't have enough interrupts. He just got off, and that makes me sad. Okay, so something that I'm observing that might not be immediately obvious if you're not looking for it is there's a group of Marganites running there. I want to make sure I intercept them. It's very important. Well, this just became an enormous mess. Let's do something about this backline. Like, I'm going to do what I can to charge things up, but what I really need right now is thankfully we have Lightbringer. Like, that's going to help, but I can only do so much. Leave me alone. We've badly over-aggroed here, so it's quite possible that this will not work out for us. Yeah, I don't foresee us overcoming accidentally aggroing 3 groups of Marganites at once. Like, not with this party, not with the level 15 Acolyte Sasuke, and yeah, that's fine. That was just really, 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 really awkward. Okay, I'm gonna kind of tweak some stuff here. I'm gonna drop Margaret. I don't need her. Acolyte Sasuke I still want to level. These are fine. I'm gonna bring Daedalon. Yeah, you don't need this. Whatever this is. Chaos Storm and some Mirror of Disenchantment, I think. Oh, yeah, okay, has on natural signal, good. Just want a little bit more effective damage. I'm overall okay with my bar, but yeah. I mean, that was just a case of I needed to stop the group that was going and attacking my vulnerable area, and I had already aggroed something, and I chose the wrong one to aggro, so instead of fighting 2 groups of Marganites, we ended up aggroing 3, and it just got real ugly, and we actually held out reasonably well despite all that, if you ask me. But that did not go smoothly at all. But I definitely don't need Margaret hanging around. Okay, let's try this again, but better. Thank you. What is this armor? Oh, I see my armor. Brawler, so I get more armor while I'm attacking. Okay. Probably going to want to make her a 3rd set of armor at some point, but that's not an immediate concern. Except for inventory space. Oh, yeah, I can't go forward until this thing makes A Light of Sabraheen. Thank you. Okay, let's do this better and less poorly. Those are the same thing, but you know what I mean. These sorcerers can be problems. Let's get read the wind up. Make sure that's staying around. The mystic healing that the Margonite Reapers do can be a real issue as well. Eidolon's going to help a lot here. I enjoy what Margaret was doing, but it is not good per se. Okay, so because the group came down this way last time, I'm going to come down this way as well. And take out this right side first. Under some sort of theory that maybe the two sides have something, or the... Yeah. No, there'll be something in common with how the things play out. Yeah, there is. You can see right now the attacking group is coming down this way, which is much more in line with how I want things to go. Okay, stopping Spellbreaker works pretty well too. Ha! Face the wrath of our meteor shower. Okay, that stops that patrolling group. I'm going to just take out this group on this side next, and then I'm going to... I want to keep an eye on this guy for Aegis, because I want to stop that from happening. I just really don't want Aegis to happen, so... The blocking is just really not helpful for me. Obviously. Okay, so... At this point, I'm not 100% sure which side the group is going to come down. I am going to pick this up. But I'm going to kind of watch them. Okay, it looks like there's a group coming this way. Maybe, or maybe they're just wandering around. My hesitation here is I don't want to engage with one side and then have a group run down the other, because they'll come down both sides. Yeah. Okay. See, like they're coming right now, and it looks like they're coming over here. Yeah, I can just pop that guy. Okay, and then he's down. We have aggroed quite a few Margonites here, which is not ideal. I kind of want to target this sorcerer. Okay, we need to go after this Ascendant. Costs is getting body blocked on the Ascendant, so I don't want to necessarily try to stop the sorcerer when it's shutting out a bunch of damage from costs. Okay. That side's cleared. I should grab a Light of Sabraheen. I don't know if they just straight up alternate sides that they come down, but I like to try to clear some of these earlier Margonites in the middle when I'm doing this particular mission. Yeah, I think we can probably clear these guys out. go. Stopped Aegis. That's important to me. Again, I am keeping a close eye on the mini map for the presence of another group running off, because I don't want to miss them if I can help it. Yeah, okay, so a group's coming down right now. So I want to move to intercept, because again, I don't want them killing off my dudes. There's the cleric. Stopping Spellbreaker will help stop anything else. There we go. Cleric down. That's good. Nice cripple there to stop that nonsense. I'll just auto attack for a bit. Let my energy recover. Pin down's expensive, even with 16. You know what? While we're over here, let's go after this cleric. Okay, well, we're stopping Watchful Healing, and that's going to be good enough. I like to clear these side guys, because otherwise you'll aggro them as you go after the bonus Margonites, and that's no good. You ask me, anyway. So I do like to clear out some of these side groups because of that. Okay, so the bonus objectives are my next priority, but I want to wait until after I kill the next group of patrol Margonite, or whatever you want to call them. Attack waves. Just that way I can make sure the mission doesn't get accidentally killed by the group running off without me being able to stop them. Cleric. Sure, we'll stop Spellbreaker. Ooh. I had a useful skill on me there. You have a pin down. Now excuse me as I walk away from you. Okay, now that that group is killed, I feel confident going up one of the sides. Again, this is for the master objectives. So we need to kill the harbingers on the sides. As soon as you walk up towards one of the stairs, it gives the objective to you. There we go. Now we just need to take care of the rest of these guys. How about you don't troll unguent? That sounds like a good alternative to what you're trying to do, which is troll unguenting. Okay, and then once you successfully clear out the side, all of the enemies as well as the harbinger, it will mark that as clear. Now, we aggroed some of the dudes that were over there. That's pretty typical. I am coming a bit over this way, however, because I want to keep an eye out for the next attack group. So I'm okay with killing off these Margonites if they want to rumble. But I want to be ready to intercept the next... Yeah, because the next group is coming down right now. Right here. And I want to make sure that we're here and ready to intercept them, so that way I just don't, like, randomly lose, as can happen. And it's very annoying when it does. There's the cleric. Yeah, whatever. I missed the Spellbreaker. That's fine. I'm getting triple-shotted splinter weapons into the middle of a group. It's perfectly fine. Okay. So the good news is that that actually had us intercept that group in a very effective way. So I'm confident that that group is down, so I can go up the other side here and take out the second Harbinger for the Master Reward. Save yourselves, my party. Have some armor that'll wear off by the time we get to where we're actually going to be fighting. As it goes. I am also intentionally doing this first because that makes that slightly stronger. Because of the +2 attributes it gives. Yeah, we got a morale boost. Okay, we have taken out both additional Harbingers. That means at this point I can just try to get as many Light of Sabrahines into the last Harbinger's throat as I can, as quickly as I can. It takes 3 to kill the last Harbinger, so... oh, it looks like we're just in time to intercept the next group. You can just drop Lights of Sabrahine, by the way. They don't, like, disappear on you if you just drop them in the middle of somewhere like that. Heh. That was some nice damage. Okay, Bowmaster, let's get you down. Oh, that guy's just underneath the bridge, which is not the most convenient location. Where'd this Light of Sabrahine go? Okay, let's... Light of Sabrahine management is suffering. But yeah, what I was... No, just come over here and pick it up. What I was saying is that this skill raises my marksmanship by 2, and this is linked to marksmanship, so I believe it gets 1 more damage if I'm applying it after I've used the other skill. That guy will take 33% damage, and then 33%, and then 34%. Get to that 100%. I don't quite know. If they set him up... I guess if I was setting him up, I'd give him, like, 300 HP or 900 HP or some number divisible by 3, and just remove a third each time. It's a lot more straightforward if you do that. Okay, well, you're going to go hide amongst a bunch of Morganites. Let's kill these Morganites. Well, Acolyte Sasuke got wrecked by something. I'm not too worried about him, though. Maybe by whoever resurrected him, but... Abaddon's favor, eh? No, you don't get to claim that. This guy is immune to damage, but not to lifesteal, incidentally. That's why you notice whenever I hit him, his health goes down a little bit and then up. It actually sets his HP to a certain level, so that way you can't lifesteal to get around it. That's because lifesteal is not damage, it's life loss, and it goes around anything that stops damage. Just mechanically how it works. So that interesting quirk of the system means that you can technically steal life from things that are otherwise immune to damage. So that's a fun fact. Switch bows here, so I don't get the random life steal or life loss happening. Okay, let's go give this... Yeah, you can see the Harbinger of Nightfall had some HP adjustments too. Bloodsong was probably chunking health off. Lion's Comfort can't actually heal it either because of that. Sure, I'll take pink dye. Why not? Cool. Brings us back to the Kodesh Bazaar. Why is there so much glare on my clock? I mean, it's right next to my window, but usually it's not quite that glary, I feel. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Okay, and that should finish my Nightfall's book, and what do you know? It does. So that means I get to go turn it in to the Chantry of Secrets. Scrivener. That's who I talked to. Nikolai Sasuke's up to level 17 now, which has decided a bit more than he was at. Written evidence. Look at my copy of Nightfalls. Yes, take it. It's a bunch of experience points for me, which is nice because that's several skill points. 60,000 experience is 4 skill points worth of experience. Wow, I just need 12 more experience for the next skill point. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all those hero skills, but I know what I want to do right now, which is clear out my inventory and go get myself some elite skills. What do we got here? Superior curses. Centurions might actually have some residual worth to it. Okay, nothing else there that I want to do anything with. I'm going to go to the guild hall and take a moment to clean out my inventory and figure out where I'm going for elite skills. I'm going to go ahead and run an ad break while I do that. Because, you know, I'm not really doing a whole lot here. Nice to have things slightly more cleared up, though. Merchant. Salvage kit, please. Thank you. Now I can put these things away. I have those two things. Let's see. Is Centurion's worth anything? Yes. More than this, that's dubious. I'll perfect salvage that out. I don't think Superior Curses is worth anything. No, not really enough. 280 is slightly more than that. This pink dye is not worth, like, anything, though. See? These ones, it doesn't stack with those. If it did, that'd be another matter, but it does not. But here we are. Selling it for 30 gold, which is more than I sold it for last time. Even black dye has gotten kind of cheap at 2.9. Purple is one I'm very short on, but that's okay. If I need more, I can just buy more, I assume. I'm not going to worry about it right now, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's take this Superior Curses and give it to this merchant. And by give, I mean sell. Thank you. Okay, so I have several signets of capture. I have 4, specifically. So I want Magebane shot. You're all alone. That's not the wiki. Nightfall elite skill list. Let's see. Rage on the Tuca is not useful to me. Headbutt's not useful to me. Barrage I already have. None of those are warrior or ranger elites. This character is kind of focused on this. Yeah, so I can get You're All Alone from Commander Wally in the Barbarous Shore, which I am interested in doing. So I guess let's go after Commander Wally in the Barbarous Shore first. And that's, yeah, at the sort of standard location where I expect it to be. I'm just gonna slot one of these on here. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna hang on to this build for the moment. Nikolai Sasuke. Cool. You are now graduated to, I don't know, maximum fire. Camp Hojanu. That's where I needed to go to get to the Barbarous Shore. I don't know why I thought the One sword. Crippling Slash was here. I just did for some reason. I think I'm mostly okay with this party. Yeah. I like having Cost as a... or like having somebody as a frontliner, and Cost does a fine job of it. Thank you. Alright, I think I'm going to switch over to the Hornbow because it does deal more damage. Where do you think you're going, Blue Tongue Hecate? Nowhere, that's what I say. Yep, I killed something, so I got a skill point. Very useful. This character actually doesn't have a ton of need for more skill points. Because she's basically got like all of the warrior and ranger normal skills. There's a few elite skills that I have left to get that aren't in strength. I don't really care about strength skills for some reason. There's a couple that are useful. Specifically, Flourish and Sprint are both pretty sweet. I don't know why I have Power Attack. Power Attack's not worth using. Oh, I know why. It's because I started in Prophecies, and Prophecies gives you a bunch of random crap from skill quests. This is a Prophecies character. Yeah, that would explain it. You know what's nice? Interrupting soothing images. Let's see. I guess I'll go talk to that Whispers informant. Kill myself some plants in the process. I don't know where that came from. Ooh, nice hit. Hey, Ascension Spore. I bet that's full of plant fibers. I like plant fibers. They're useful for all kinds of things. How about you don't, Sandstorm? Okay, Whispers Informant, I need to speak with you so you can inform me about elementals. Thank you. I should probably change my title to Elite Skill Hunting. So that's what we're doing now. One of those things of like stream maintenance stuff just crossed my mind. Be a good idea. I am liking triple shot with this Hornbow. It's being most effective. Most effective indeed. Save yourselves, not really that useful against Mirage Boga. I have the right build for fighting Mirage Boga. Not on me, but it's a Shatter Hex, the elite version of Shatter Hex, and Smite Hex. All on the same bar. We're going to be fighting a bunch of random things here, aren't we? Now that's a good way of dealing with... yeah, just... I don't know. I don't know how those things were dying, but just... they were, and I'll take that. I'd really wish you didn't Soothing Images. Do I have any interesting bounties on this character? No, I do not. That's fine. Wally. Morola. Mendy? Wally down this way. Wilson. I believe he's down this way. Let me check before I wander into a big group of dudes. Okay. Down the right. That side. How wiki so I can see if anybody says anything to me. It's important. Chat is important. Pass it on. Ooh, a bandit spear. Not to be confused with a bandit's spear. Okay, a lot of these guys are a little bit less than max level. See, this is why Cripple is nice, because it lets your backline actually effectively flee. I've come to really appreciate it because of that. I think I actually want to go this way. Mantrol Unguent takes forever to apply. There's Commander Wally. Got some good splinter weapon action. Yeah, they also like Corsair Net, which is a good counter to moving. There we go. Okay, that gets that. Mage Bane shot. Now, I do want that one. Okay, so you're all alone. Yes. Oh yeah, I can get Infuriating Heat. I might get that one later. I don't really care about Quick Shots. I don't know when I'd want to use Quick Shot, is the reason. Rampage has one in the Jahai Bluffs. That one I should go pick up. DOS the Destroyer. Okay, let's go see where this is. Yeah, kind of a corner. That crocodile. There's a short bow. Okay, so it's just kind of... I want to go to the command post and then... South it looks like. Down over this area. This is the exit from the command post. For those who may not be certain on that. Okay, I want my Expert's Dexterity, and I want my Signet of Capture. Which direction is the command post from here? I like the idea of the Sunspear Sanctuary. I do not like the implementation. It's too big, strewn out, and actually getting access to things is a pain in the rear end. Because you can't, like, Shunlai Chest and then these other things. It's just, yeah, it's really annoying. I don't really have much use for an Ebon Spear. I would have use for a Cold Spear, but you can get one of those from beating... I want to say it's the Winds of Change. That lets you get an enchanting Cold Spear, which is great for Grunt's Grasp. Which is why I'd have interest in it. This character's not doing any Grunt's Grasp shenanigans. I already have rangers that do Grunt's Grasp shenanigans, so this ranger needs to distinguish herself from my other rangers. And by doing so, it becomes a more interesting character to play. I mean, there's obviously going to be a bunch of overlap. They're all rangers. They all have ranger skills. But it's like, what equipment do they have otherwise? That kind of makes the difference. Oh, there's a treasure chest inside there. That'd just be some random loot. That could be fun to go get sometime. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. I have a priority, and that priority is getting this elite skill. Which I think is over there. I'm going to talk to this guy first, though. Then go wander over to the Hecate territory. How are you doing, Acolyte Sasuke? Ooh, I got a tongue. How delightful. There we go. And I am looking for Dundas the Destroyer over there. Gonna say, triple shot with splinter weapon into a group of enemies. Real sweet. Quite like it. Okay, Rampage is one boss. I'm here to Rampage. I should do something about these blue tongue word of healing dudes. That thing is apparently look at them sideways. They died really shockingly quickly there. I'm just gonna pin down that guy so he can't run off. Thank you. I have no pet. I can't rampage as one. Alas. What sorrowful fates. Okay, well, there's another boss somewhere that I'm going to want to go after. But unfortunately, we've kind of reached time for today, as Wednesdays have to end early due to other obligations. So thank you all very much for joining me, for watching, for hanging out, for chatting, all that good stuff. I will be back on Saturday. As always, you can follow the stream to get a notification when I go live, if you so desire. And until next time, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.